The emergency call echoed through the command room at Helios Prime Starbase, one of the most advanced centers of the Human Alliance. On the central screen, a transmission showed fragments of a colossal alien fleet advancing through the Vega system. Humanity, once confident in its interstellar position, now faced the brink of a devastating war. At the back of the room, Commander Alaric Kane, a strategist known for his boldness, analyzed the data with a cold and calculated gaze. Recordings of destroyed colonies in the outer sector played on the monitors. Human cities, reduced to ashes within minutes by the Clisser's weapons, illustrated the futility of traditional defenses. "They're not here to negotiate," murmured Alaric, as political leaders succumbed to panic. In his mind, daring strategies began to take shape. But time was merciless, and the enemy fleet was rapidly approaching Helios Prime. Meanwhile, Dr. Ilara Voss and her team worked on the top-secret Leviathan project. The supership, equipped with the most advanced human technology, was a desperate gamble. But activating it prematurely could mean either salvation or the destruction of humanity. "We have no choice," Ilara concluded, her voice steady despite her team's hesitation. On the desert planet of Arctanes, human colonists made contact with mysterious beings known as the Allura. Initially hostile, the Allura retreated upon noticing the humans' dire condition. Possessing a unique and adaptable technology, they could be the key to resisting the Clisser. Yet the dilemma was clear. Trusting such unknown allies was risky, but the alternative was facing the Clisser alone. With battle lines drawn, Alaric took command of the defenses, while Ilara faced her own dilemmas leading the Leviathan. On Arctanes, the Allura remained an enigma, and on the horizon, the war promised not only to define humanity's fate, but to forever alter the balance of power in the galaxy. The Clisser fleet emerged from hyperspace with near-mechanical precision, blocking all escape routes around Helios Prime. Their ships, immense and angular, eclipsed the stars, casting shadows that seemed to swallow the starbase. In the command center, tension was palpable as soldiers and engineers rushed to charge planetary defense batteries and organize the scattered forces. Alaric Kane, amidst the chaos, stood still before the holographic displays. "Activate the pendulum strategy and position all squadrons within 5 minutes," he ordered, his firm voice cutting through the air. The pendulum strategy, devised by Alaric, was a daring plan that exploited the Clisser's greatest weakness: their reliance on centralized navigation systems. By dividing the human fleet into smaller squadrons, the plan was to lure the enemy into a specific zone and overwhelm their systems with synchronized attacks. "If we fail on the first impact, there won't be a second chance," Alaric said to his second-in-command, Lieutenant Mara Solis, who responded with a confident smile. "They don't know what's coming." While tactical preparations advanced, Dr. Ilara Voss led the emergency activation of the Leviathan. With its hypermagnetic propulsion core unstable and the Aegis system still in testing phases, the risk was extreme. "Connect the Aegis now," Ilara ordered, her voice filled with urgency. A young engineer hesitated. "But, Doctor, it could fail in the middle of battle." Ilara fixed her gaze on him. "Failing while trying is better than not trying at all. We have no other choice." The silence that followed was broken by alarms indicating the ship was ready to enter the battlefield. The first shots tore through the void of space, striking satellites and orbital stations around Helios Prime. Human defenses were activated, but it was clear they were no match for the Clisser's advanced technology. "Initiate the pendulum movement now. Attack only designated targets," Alaric ordered as the human ships formed up. Though smaller and less equipped than their enemies, their precise maneuvers created a spectacle of synchronized explosions. Yet victory still seemed distant, with human forces struggling to hold the line. The Leviathan finally launched from the hangar, its imposing presence illuminating the battlefield. The Clisser ships, sensing the threat, redirected their focus to destroy the supership. Inside, Ilara supervised every system with precision. "Activate the gravitational cannon and prepare for the main shot," she ordered. The tension in the control room was nearly suffocating as the ship's core energy reached its peak. The shot cut through the void, striking the central ship of the Clisser fleet with devastating force. For a moment, chaos overtook the enemy formations. But before the humans could celebrate, the Clisser ships began reorganizing in an even deadlier manner. "They're learning," Mara remarked seriously. Alaric frowned, fully aware that the battle was far from over. With heavy losses, human forces were forced to retreat. Despite this, the pendulum strategy worked well enough to allow the evacuation of colonies around Helios Prime. Alaric, analyzing reports in the command room, felt a mix of frustration and hope. Alara, speaking directly from the Leviathan, said to him, "They won't retreat. We need more than tactics and a supership to defeat them." Alaric nodded. "We'll find a solution. We have no other choice." As Helios Prime struggled to recover from the initial devastation, an unexpected transmission reached the Alliance command. It came from the group of colonists on Arctanes. The life signals previously detected by humans had now become more frequent and intense. The messages from the Yolora, enigmatic and rudimentary, suggested a growing effort to establish communication. Reluctant to divert resources from the defense, Alaric authorized a contact mission. If they're allies, they could change the course of the war. If they're enemies, we need to know before it's too late, he pragmatically stated to the council. The diplomatic team was led by the seasoned ambassador Orin Tavares, renowned for his ability to handle critical situations. Upon arriving on Arctanes, they encountered a stunning yet desolate landscape. A scorching desert punctuated by energy fields pulsing in shades of blue and violet. Moments later, the Yolora revealed themselves. Their translucent humanoid forms, enveloped in light, seemed to defy the laws of physics. Orin observed them with both fascination and caution. "They're unlike anything we've ever seen," he murmured to his team. Initial communication was slow, but the Yolora demonstrated an impressive ability to adapt. Using energy projections, they created images and sounds that gradually transformed into understandable words. "You are being hunted by the Clisser," one of the Yolora declared, their voice echoing in multiple tones. "They have destroyed many worlds before yours. We know them." This revelation brought both relief and distrust among the humans. Orin, without hesitation, asked, "Why are you helping us? What's in it for you?" The answer was straightforward. "Your fight is now ours as well." The Yolora provided crucial information about the Clisser. They explained that the enemy fleet operated as an extension of a centralized artificial intelligence, linking ships and soldiers into a single consciousness. "They do not think as individuals," they explained. Alara, listening to the transmission from the Leviathan, saw an opportunity. "If there's a central core, we can destroy it. But we'll need more data to find a vulnerability," she remarked, her mind already formulating new plans. In addition to the information, the Yolora offered a unique technology. Energy spheres capable of integrating with human ships, enhancing both defense and attack systems. The demonstration was impressive. A ship equipped with Yolora technology easily destroyed a simulated target that would have been impenetrable to the human fleet. "With this, we can level the playing field," Orin declared upon returning to Helios Prime. However, the Yolora issued a warning. Too much power can consume as much as it saves. Despite the strategic advantage, the alliance with the Yolora sparked doubts and divisions within the council. "Why would such an advanced species need us?" questioned one of the human leaders. Alaric defended the cooperation, emphasizing that without the Yolora, their chances of survival were slim. Alara, meanwhile, immersed herself in integrating the alien technology into the Leviathan, fully aware of the risks. "If this works, we'll finally be able to face the Clisser on equal footing," she stated with determination. The contact with the Yolora shifted the war's outlook. The combination of human and alien technology brought hope, but also uncertainties. The Clisser's actions became more erratic, as if they were responding to the Yolora's interference. "They know we're no longer alone," Alaric concluded. However, the Yolora's presence began to create internal tensions, with factions within the alliance questioning their true intentions. Even with the Clisser threat still looming, seeds of disunity started to take root, foreshadowing even greater challenges ahead. With Yolora technology integrated into human forces, Alaric Kane devised a bold plan to take the fight to the Clisser. Operation Obsidian aimed to destroy a strategic orbital station in the Persei system, responsible for resupplying and repairing the enemy fleet. Additionally, data provided by the Yolora indicated that the station was a critical node in the Clisser's consciousness network. If we sever this connection, we'll weaken their fleet and gain precious time, Alaric explained to the Council. The risk was immense, but the opportunity to deliver a significant blow to the enemy justified the gamble. The success of the offensive relied on flawless cooperation between humans and the Yolora. The Leviathan would lead the attack, protected by smaller squadrons equipped with alien energy shields, while the Yolora used their advanced technology to neutralize the station's automated defenses. Our greatest advantage isn't just the technology, but our unpredictability, Alara emphasized during the tactical briefing. Yet, despite the detailed strategy, uncertainties loomed. This would be the first time the combined forces fought together in real combat. The hyperspace jump was executed with precision, and the ships emerged in the Persei system in attack formation. The massive orbital station, Nexus, was defended by a swarm of Clisser ships and automated weapons. The human squadrons, bolstered by Yolora shields, advanced with agility, creating openings in the enemy's defenses. The station responded with relentless firepower, while the Clisser units displayed signs of rapid adaptation. "They're learning from our moves faster than expected," Mara Solis warned over the communicator. At the height of the battle, the Clisser activated an interference device, momentarily disrupting communications between the human and Yolora ships. Chaos ensued. Entire squadrons lost coordination and became easy targets for enemy fire. Alaric, recognizing the risk of total collapse, ordered all commanders to follow predefined protocols. "Trust in the training is all we have now," he declared, his voice calm despite the chaos. The unexpected maneuver confused the Clisser, who struggled to predict the decentralized human actions. As the battle raged, the Leviathan pushed through to the station's core. The alien energy shields held to their limits, but the ship pressed on. Alara ordered the activation of the enhanced gravitational cannon, concentrating all available energy into a critical shot. The tension in the Leviathan's command room was suffocating, but the order was executed. The shot struck the station's core with devastating precision, triggering an explosion that shook the entire structure. Victory, however, came at a high cost. Several human ships were destroyed, and many lives were lost. Although the station was eliminated, the damage to the human fleet and Yolora forces was significant. Upon returning to Helios Prime, the Council celebrated the mission's success, but Alaric remained cautious. "This was just one battle. The enemy is still out there, and they're learning from us," he warned with a somber tone. As they assessed the operation's results, an unexpected discovery caught the Yolora's attention. Fragmented signals originating from the Clisser network. Data, seemingly transmitted in a disordered manner, suggested cracks in the enemy's central intelligence. "This could be the key to bringing them down for good," one of the Yolora stated. Alaric, ever pragmatic, considered, "Or it could be a trap." Uncertainty loomed over everyone as the next phase of the war rapidly approached. With the destruction of the Persei station, the Clisser network showed signs of destabilization. However, the impact of this victory was overshadowed by growing tensions within the alliance itself. The integration of Yolora technology, while crucial, sparked doubts among human factions. Counselors and leaders began questioning whether humanity was becoming too dependent on the aliens. "They give us power, but at what cost?" one leader asked during a heated meeting in the Helios Prime Council. On Arctanes, new studies on the Yolora revealed an unexpected vulnerability. Scientists discovered that their energy technology was deeply connected to the planet's ecosystem, creating an inseparable bond. "If they lose Arctanes, they lose everything," a researcher explained to the council. Alaric saw this discovery as both a risk and an opportunity. "This gives us leverage in negotiations, but it also means they have their own motives for helping us," he reflected, always calculating the next steps. Meanwhile, a dissident group within the alliance, led by Captain Darren Vex, took drastic measures. Convinced that the alliance with the Yolora was a mistake, they hijacked a ship equipped with alien technology and attempted to defect. The act triggered a maximum alert on Helios Prime, with Alaric organizing an urgent operation to prevent the ship from falling into the wrong hands or being used against the Alliance itself. If we don't contain this now, internal disorder will destroy us before the Clisser do, Mara Solis warned. During the mission to recover the ship, the Clisser launched a surprise attack, exploiting the humans' internal chaos. The ensuing battle was brutal. Loyal Alliance troops fought against the rebels while trying to repel the invaders. At the height of the combat, Alaric realized the Clisser's true tactic: sowing distrust and dividing the humans. "They're manipulating us to fight each other," he said, his voice heavy with frustration. Despite the difficulties, the ship was recovered, but at a high cost. The incident further deepened divisions within the Council. Factions demanded the immediate removal of the Allura, while others, led by Alaric and Alara, defended the continuation of the Alliance. "Without them, we wouldn't have even destroyed Persei," Alara argued, her patience wearing thin. "But if we continue like this, we'll be fighting two wars at once," retorted a dissident counselor. The discussions grew increasingly hostile, with threats of an imminent rupture in the Alliance. The Allura, aware of the climate of distrust, attempted to ease the tensions. They shared detailed data on the Clisser network, including the location of a possible central core. However, the revelation was met with skepticism. "Why didn't you give us this before?" a human leader asked. The Allura's response was direct yet enigmatic. "You weren't ready." This statement only deepened suspicions, leaving the Alliance even more fragile. Faced with imminent fragmentation, Alaric convened a private meeting with Alara, Mara, and the Allura leaders. His proposal was simple but risky: a direct attack on the Clisser's central core, taking advantage of their current vulnerability. "If we don't act now, there will be no humanity left to save, nor Allura to protect," he declared firmly. Consensus was reached, but everyone knew they would face resistance both internally and externally. "We're fighting on three fronts," Alara concluded, her expression grim. With the final plan approved, Operation Eclipse was set into motion. The location of the Clisser Network's central core, an artificial planet called Nexus Prime, had been confirmed through data shared by the Allura. Alaric and Alara led the preparations for the Alliance's largest offensive. "This is our all or nothing," Alaric declared in a speech to the combined fleet. Every soldier and commander knew this battle would define the future not just of humanity, but of the entire galaxy. "There's no room for error," Alara reinforced as she finalized adjustments on the Leviathan. The combined fleet departed from Helios Prime, traversing hyperspace with precision. Upon arrival in the system, Nexus Prime emerged as a massive metallic sphere floating in the void, surrounded by a dense formation of Clisser ships. The initial approach was swift and efficient. The human ships, now equipped with Allura technology, cleared paths with coordinated attacks. However, it soon became clear that the Clisser had evolved their tactics. Faster and deadlier units began pressuring the Alliance's lines. "They're studying us as they fight," Mara warned, observing the enemy maneuvers. Inside Nexus Prime, the Clisser activated a defense protocol that manipulated gravity on the battlefield. Ships were pulled by fluctuating gravitational forces, making the combat even more chaotic. The Leviathan, with its systems pushed to the limit, led the charge, but the Aegis shields were on the verge of collapse. Alara frantically analyzed the data, searching for an opening. "There's a vulnerability in the core, but we'll need to get closer," she announced urgently. Alaric, aware of the risk, ordered all forces to concentrate fire on a single point, clearing a path for the Leviathan. As the human fleet pressed forward, the Allura executed an unexpected maneuver. Using their energy technology, they created an interference field that temporarily disabled part of Nexus Prime's defenses. "They're putting everything on the line," Mara remarked, impressed by the Allies' sacrifice. However, the maneuver revealed a vulnerable side of the Allura. Their technology, though powerful, was at its limit. "If we fail now, there won't be a second chance," Alara concluded as the Leviathan pushed toward the core. Upon reaching the core, Alara and her team activated the gravitational cannon one last time. The shot struck the target with precision but wasn't enough to destroy it completely. Instead, It triggered a chain reaction that began destabilizing the entire structure of Nexus Prime. Alarms blared across all frequencies. "We need to evacuate immediately," Alara shouted over the communicator. Before escaping, a cryptic message from the Clisser echoed across the fleet's communications. "The singularity unites us. You cannot destroy us without destroying yourselves." Alaric listened intently, unsettled, but remained focused on the retreat. The destruction of Nexus Prime was spectacular, illuminating space with an explosion of energy and debris. Much of the Clisser fleet was deactivated, moving in a disordered and chaotic manner. However, the cost of victory was high. Many human ships were destroyed, and the Yolora lost a significant portion of their resources. "We did it, but at what cost?" Alaric murmured, observing the debris drifting in the void. Alara, exhausted, felt the weight of the losses as she organized emergency repairs on the Leviathan. Back at Helios Prime, the Alliance was divided between celebrations and concerns. Many viewed the destruction of Nexus Prime as a turning point, while others feared the implications of the Clisser's final message. "If what they said is true, we may have awakened something even worse," Alaric pondered in a private meeting with the Yolora. The alien allies, more reserved than ever, responded enigmatically. "The singularity is a dangerous path. Be careful not to follow it." Thus, Operation Eclipse marked both a victory and the beginning of a new era of uncertainty for humanity. The destruction of Nexus Prime brought a moment of relief, but also left unsettling questions lingering in the air. The Clisser network was fragmented, and their once relentless ships now drifted disorganized through the void. However, the threat had not been completely eliminated. On Helios Prime, the focus shifted to rebuilding and debates. Alaric Kane, a reluctant hero, now faced a greater dilemma. Continue the fight with dwindling resources or seek a diplomatic solution to prevent further losses. "We may have won this battle, but the war is far from over," he declared to the council, where internal tensions and divisions remained palpable. The Yolora, though instrumental in the victory, became even more reserved. Despite their technology's crucial role, their motivations continued to be questioned. The planet Arctanes, now a strategic point protected by the Alliance, also became a focus of mistrust. During a tense meeting, one human counselor confronted the Yolora. "You saved us, but you also used us. How far can we trust you?" The response was simple yet loaded with meaning. "Saving you was saving ourselves. This war was never just yours." Alara Voss, once celebrated as the mind behind the Leviathan, now faced her own dilemmas. The Clisser's message echoed in her mind. "You cannot destroy us without destroying yourselves." To her, it wasn't just a threat but a warning about the dangers of technological singularity. In a moment of introspection, she confided in Mara, "What if we're repeating the same mistakes? What if we become like them?" Determined to avoid such a fate, Alara began working on a new generation of ships, more adaptable and less dependent on artificial intelligence. "We need to learn from them, not become them," she stated. Meanwhile, Alaric focused on strengthening alliances with other galactic species. Humanity's accomplishments began to inspire both respect and caution. Leaders of other races, once neutral, now viewed humanity as both a hope and a potential danger. They defeated the Clisser, but at what cost? They wondered. Alaric knew that maintaining unity would be vital, not only among humans but also with other species that shared the same goal: survival. "If we want a future, we need to build it together," he declared in a speech that echoed across the galaxy, stirring both hope and wariness. In the end, Operation Eclipse became both a symbol of victory and a warning. Humanity had survived, but not without being forever changed. Nexus Prime was destroyed, yet the Clisser's message continued to echo as a grim warning of what might come. Alaric, gazing at the stars from Helios Prime, pondered the future. Was technological singularity the true enemy, or was something even deeper lurking? With the human fleet under reconstruction and the Alliance striving to overcome its divisions, a new era was beginning. The universe, vast and unpredictable, held secrets humanity had only just begun to uncover.